Welcome back to the Daily Mix. Serving the community and making them better. Arizona is at the heart of everything we do. And this is the part of the show where we highlight an organization that is making an impact in the lives of people in our community. And today we welcome the Epilepsy Foundation of Arizona, Suzanne and Min. How are you two this morning?
Very good.
So let's get right to this, because we were just talking before we started that a lot of people don't realize you guys are here for them.
That's
and
right.
So talk about what the Epilepsy Foundation Arizona is all about.
We're about increasing awareness and training on seizures because there is still such a stigma with epilepsy that people like to hide it.
Yeah.
And everyone knows about the grand mal or tonic-clonic seizure, but they don't know about all the other types of seizures there are. So we're about educating the whole public.
Right, and I think when people think of epilepsy, they, like you said, it's a negative thing about being ashamed, but also I think they kind of like want to pass it off as something else. Well, you know, they had low blood sugar, or they ate something, or they're feeling sick, but that's not the case, am I right?
Right, I mean, you can have seizures because of those kinds of things, and that is not epilepsy. You have to have recurrent seizures in order to be diagnosed with epilepsy.
Yeah.
And it's a spectrum disorder, so you can have totally controlled by medication all the way up to having 500-600 seizures a day and totally incapacitated and everything in between.
So how does someone find out if they do have epilepsy? How can they do this?
So if someone suspects they may have epilepsy, what they're going to do is going to get a referral from their primary physician, or if they're seeing a general neurologist, to see an epileptologist, which are neurologists who actually specialize in epilepsy. So lots of people who have been diagnosed with epilepsy actually don't know that those type of doctors exist, but it's really important to go see a specialist versus just a general epilepsy or general neurosurgeon.
All right, let's talk about some of the programs, because this is very important, because you are wanting to help the community and you have programs for people to find out more about you, right?
Right. So we have support groups that really help, and we also have a camp for kids with epilepsy, because right now they can't really even go to disability camp because the doctors don't know how to address these seizures. So we have a special camp for the kids, and that's for kids age 8 to 17.
Wow, all right. Tell me about success stories. I know there's one there that always touches you with this program, isn't there?
Well, one of them specifically this year, actually, we have a new Suit Up ambassador in Arizona, and what Suit Up is it's sudden unexpected death in epilepsy. So that's become a larger deal, especially with Cameron Boyce passing. So we actually have a mother and her husband who do a lot of advocacy work, both in Arizona and in Michigan. They lost their own son Ian to Suit Up a few years ago, and so it's become their mission to kind of help spread awareness and be very positive and a support for other families and children that have had this happen to. Yeah. So to have someone like that advocating alongside you is really rewarding.
So this weekend is a walk, and I'm so happy that I had a friend of mine tell me about this walk, and it's very important. So what's going on at the walk?
So our walk is on Sunday, March the 8th, and it starts at 8:30. That's when registration is. It's in Rio Vista Park in Peoria. And we want everybody who has any connection to epilepsy, whether it's a loved one or a friend or a community, come out so that everyone can get to know each other. It's a huge awareness event as well. And the reason why we'd like to have this is because people feel isolated when they have epilepsy, and so this brings the community together.
I love it. How can people find out more about the walk and about, of course, the Epilepsy Foundation Arizona?
So our walk, they can visit walktoendepilepsy.org and then /Arizona, fully written out. It has all the details, where to register. Registration is free itself this year, so that's really great for a community that sometimes can't afford different things, and it brings in people from across the state, so all over the northern part, southern part, and then our regular website is epilepsyaz.org, and that's where you can find all of our programs, our monthly support groups. We have conferences every year for adult and pediatric and a lot of that stuff. So
Perfect. Thank you, too. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
I love it. Thank you.